What I have here before you is a 2013 Volkswagen Golf GTI. Many say this is the best daily driver you can buy for cheap, but I'm not so convinced. The first problem, of course, is the emblem. It's a Volkswagen. Its competitors include big names such as the Honda Civic Si, the Ford Fiesta ST, and the Mazda Speed 3. So, should you buy the German, or will it fall flat and fall apart like I'm expecting it to? The Golf GTI spits out 200 horsepower and 205 foot-pounds of torque out of a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine. Now, despite the glaring issue of this car being a Volkswagen Group vehicle, this engine is actually known to be reliable. Also surprising is the most common issue, which is carbon buildup on valves due to the direct injection. This is particularly shocking because all the GTI drivers I've seen drive like they're trying to set a fast lap time on the Nürburgring on side streets next to my house. There shouldn't be any carbon buildup because of how hard these cars are driven. Speaking of Nürburgring, the GTI has a top speed of 150 miles an hour. That's as fast as a WRX STI, and it's thanks to the Autobahn-focused gearing on the 6-speed manual. So the next time that you're late for your overnight shift to 7-Eleven, if you're not, your GTI will get you there. This car continues to surprise me by defying my expectations of Volkswagen. I fully expected the interior to be absolutely full of cheap vinyl plastic that creaked with every turn, but it's not nearly as bad as I was expecting. The plaid cloth seats are comfortable, albeit a refined taste. Sure, it looks like Volkswagen raided a Scottish kilt factory for the material, but besides the point. This interior feels balanced, like an artisanal coffee brewed just right. Oh God, I'm becoming one of them. The handling in the GTI is one of the stronger aspects of this vehicle. Despite being front-wheel drive, there's almost no torque steer, and with a limited slip differential, you can power through tight corners quite well. So, how does it look? Well, it's no Audi. It isn't particularly angular or sharp, but it isn't ugly either. You can make it ugly, however, if you decide to put a roof rack on it that you don't use, and cover it in obscene anime stickers, like approximately 40% of GTI owners do. Luckily, this one has yet to be touched by an 18-year-old high school dropout. Let's drive it, shall we? The clutch is incredibly light. Wow. Dude, it's like so peppy.
It'll surprise you.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's almost like my WRX.
That shit does not make 200 horsepower.
There's no way. There's no way it's just 200. God.
Yeah, we get it.
Tesla.
Let's see your speed above 100 miles an hour.
Oh, that's so fun. Oh, I love turboed engines. So, is the Volkswagen Golf GTI a good car? Yes, I believe so. I think I've changed my perception of the big European automaker. Let's see the score. Starting with cool factor, the Golf GTI blends in with normal traffic. It's attractive to the observant eye, sure, but you most certainly won't have anyone craning necks to get a better look. It receives a 2 out of 10. For reliability, I'll tell you right now, I was prepared to give this car a very mediocre score before I drove it. However, upon further research, I discovered that this vehicle is one of the good models. While there are quite a few Volkswagens that will jump timing and crack plastic oil pans at the drop of a hat, the Mark VI Golf GTI has no major mechanical issues and receives a score of 7 out of 10. Finally, for performance, despite the low power numbers, this car feels quite spry, likely due to the low-end torque from the turbo. Volkswagen is also known to lie about power numbers. This car feels like it has like 250 horsepower instead of 200. It has responsive steering and a manual transmission. It's perfect for curvy mountain roads and receives a 4 out of 10. All of these factors combine into a Professor Performance score of 13 out of 30, which is a 43%. I still wouldn't call this vehicle bad by any standard, as it is quite affordable for the performance. It just needs to stay away from those VW dubber folk. They're a bad influence.